Hey Leo, it's Leona Nicole Black, and I'm here to do your tarot reading for the end of the month of September, I guess. I know it's quite late, guys. I am finding my flow and my balance. It's also my birthday tomorrow, so I'm trying to get this out to you so that I can stop and take a pause and rest. Hopefully, I will do the signs I'm doing first next time to make up for how late you had to wait for these messages. If you are waiting, that is. I just want to say thank you, as I have in the other videos, to those of you who have sent me now WhatsApp messages too. Thank you. But messages, emails, comments, just thanking me for sharing this space with you, for your likes and your subscriptions, and especially those of you who are supporting me by getting personal readings. I really appreciate that. If you would like a personal reading, then you can email me at leonanicole@gmail.com, and you can find out more about me and the way I read at nicoleblack.com. This is a general reading, so I will be looking at universal, kind of high level messages that are attached to your archetype, to your general energy. If you want to get down to the nitty gritty of what's really going on in your life, you'd need a personal reading. But this is just something I do, you know, as an act of service, I suppose, an act of guidance. I love it and I enjoy it, but also to let people know about what I'm doing. And I think when it comes to something like tarot and it comes to getting personal readings, so much of it is about your connection with that person, how you feel about their energy. So it's a chance for you guys to feel out my vibe and see if it's something that resonates with you, and if I'm someone who can be of like spiritual guidance for you, wisdom, intuition, love, and compassion. So how I've been doing this, Leo, is that I've been doing a bit of an astrological overview that then leads on to your intuitive tarot reading. But like, I have a really simple message for you guys in terms of the astrology of this month, since the month is closing, I suppose. Tomorrow is a new moon, as I mentioned, and new moons are times for you to kind of plant seeds, to full moons are culminations and fruitions, and new moons when you set the intention about what you want to kind of bring into life, into your life in the next 28-day period. So the new moon is opposite the asteroid Chiron, and Chiron represents your soul wound, the thing that hits you deeply, that you've probably been spending this lifetime trying to heal, and are presented with experiences that are speaking to that pain in you and getting you to kind of uncover those layers. I have been feeling my wound today badly. Definitely had a cry before I put on this makeup, and I'm very grateful to my aunt who gave me a very long cuddle and offered to take me out tonight as an expression of love, to bring me some comfort for the soul wound that I am working through. So Leo, if we have the new moon tomorrow and it's opposite Chiron, which is your soul wound, then what does that mean about what you need to heal over this month following into next month? Well, I feel like for you guys, you are my favorite fire sign. You come before Virgo, so I see you like my younger sibling in a way. I love that. I love the freedom of Leos. I love the fun-loving nature of Leos. I love that you guys, I have a Leo friend who once said to me that he's got the vibe antenna. And that's how I feel about you guys. Like, you know where to find the fun, you know where it's at. And Virgo's like the practical big sister, big brother kind of vibe. Like, okay, you're going out tonight, I'm going to make sure I pick you up, or you've got a cab home. Okay, you want to make this amazing meal, I'm going to make sure the groceries are sorted. Like, we're the kind of the details, make sure everything's good kind of sign. And that's how I feel about you guys. But I also admire just, you know, how playful you are, and the way that I know the Virgo energy, which I am, can find quite difficult to slip into. So in terms of what you need to heal, if that's your archetype, if that's the energy that you come with, Leo, I feel like one of the things that happens to you when you so naturally and gracefully take center stage, because that's your place, it's where you belong, that is what your sign is here for, is to be front and forward, is that sometimes you forget that there are people who have contributed to you being on that stage. You even forget that there should be people on the stage with you. And, you know, I always say that Leo needs an audience. You know, you need that. You feed off people. You need your pride. You need your lion's pride. So it's really important going forward across this, you know, month or so, that you start to check in with your pride right now. You check in with everybody else who's closely connected to you, Leo. And I feel like if you are the kind of person that just naturally catches the light, You know, if the drama in the stage comes to you in life, I think that this is a time when you need to start using that energy for the good of all. Not just, and I don't mean that to the exclusion of yourself. By all means, sometimes step in that light and have your me moment. But for example, if you are an amazing party planner, if you know you throw dope parties, and maybe this is a time you can throw a party in honor of somebody else. Do you know what I mean? And give that kind of amazing, fun, loving energy in service of others. Virgo is the sign of service. You know, we are all about healing the group and thinking about group needs. So kind of funnel out some of this kind of inward energy, this kind of very linear kind of, okay, I'm always thinking about myself and my goal and what works for me, and there are people around me, but you know, not necessarily thinking about how they fit into the picture. That's something for you guys to work on this month. I think of Leo obviously as like the lion, and I think about, if you think about lion's pride, I really see you as the male lion in the group, and you've got, you know, the lioness is going to work, they're raising the carbs, they're getting the food, you guys are lounging, looking, you know, you might turn up if someone comes onto your, you know, your territory, but I know you might not even feel like fighting that day. I've definitely seen, I'm really into animal documentaries, and I definitely saw a documentary where this lion, I was so pissed at him, when two other male lions came to kind of threaten his territory, he just clean ran off. I was like, you didn't even try. So Leo, I feel like you need to check in with the lionesses in your group right now. You need to check in with the people who make it possible for you to be happy, for you to have fun, for you to pursue your dreams. Like, everyone who is in your corner in some way, do you know what I mean? Just send a little love back at this moment. It will serve you well, okay? It will serve you well in the future, because as you go on, and you will, I truly feel that, as you go on to conquer more and to achieve more, those same people that you've checked in with at this period of time are going to be the people in that audience, whoop whoop, and cheering you on and being there to celebrate, and creating this kind of energy that you thrive off in terms of having eyes on you, okay? Cool. So let's get into your intuitive tarot reading. Okay, Leo, so was jumping out. 5 of Wands in reverse. Okay. What's on your heart right now, Leo? What are you thinking about? What are you wanting? What are your desires at this point in the month? Okay. Let's get some more on that. What's on your heart right now, Leo? What are you thinking about? What are your dreams and your goals right now? What are you thinking of? What are Leos up to this month? I think you guys are the sign that really knows how to get to the heart of what you want. Oh, King of Cups. Okay. Last one. Wheel of Fortune. Gosh, I feel like this has come up. It's not in all of them, almost all of my readings. Oh, I just realised you can't see those cards. You're going to have to just not see them for now. There's no more space on the board. I will show you the cards when I finish shuffling, okay? Okay, so Leo, what obstacles and challenges are in your path at the moment? What's creating the story, the resistance, the drama of your life at the moment? What's forcing you to grow right now? Five of Swords, Leo. Who are you roaring at these days? What's going on, Leo? Strength card. This is your card. Cool. Let's see. What's causing you some difficulty at the moment? What's wedging this wheels? This upside down Wheel of Fortune, the Hanged Man. Okay. Because it's so late in the month, I'm going to do a little extra for you guys, and I'm going to just see what's coming up for you in the immediate to near future, Leo. What's next? What energies, people, influences, activities, feelings, what's going on from the new moon forward? Okay. Okay. That was at the bottom of the deck earlier. What's coming up for you the next few weeks, Leo? What's coming up for you in the next few weeks? Just a little clarity, please, source. What's going on with Leo? Leo energy, okay? I feel like something's backwards in this deck. Here we go. Knight of Wands. There's some fire energy there. Okay, what's going on, Leo? What else is happening? Cards have been a little resistant. Okay, there we go. Ooh, 10 of Cups in reverse. I feel you guys. I do. Advice cards for Leo. Let's get an advice card. King of Wands. Yummy. Another advice card for you, and again, outcome. 8 of Wands in reverse. The Moon in reverse. Okay, and here's an outcome for you for this month, Leo. Hierophant in reverse. Okay, let's get into your reading, guys. Okay, Leo, let's get into your reading. I feel you, like all the other signs, are really looking for change at the moment. You've got the Death card as the first card that comes up for you, and the Death is about endings, transformation. It's like an energy of kind of clearance in some ways, like clearing a debt, completing something. It's funny because when this card came up, I actually felt like you felt some people are hanging on to you right now, Leo. Like there are certain relationships in your life that you're like, I'm trying to kind of wriggle off from this. Like, I don't really want to do this anymore. I don't want to really be around these sorts of people anymore, or even in a work setting. Like, I'm not feeling my colleagues that hard, or, you know, you're just like, I'm feeling this kind of, I'm trying to end something here. I'm trying to wrap some things up. And I see that message emphasized by the Page of Wands in reverse, which I think this card really represents you, Leo. In reverse, I feel like it's like simmering a fire down. You know, like how a fire can be fanned and the flame can get bigger and bigger. I feel like in reverse, this card says that you guys are trying to turn the heat down a bit. Like, I don't know if you've been partying quite hard, or, you know, enjoying people's company a lot, or there's certain people that you've been feel that passionately about, but you've just been going with it. Do you know what I mean? Whether that's friendships, whether that's kind of creative ideas, it might not even be a person, it could be an idea that you have that you're kind of like, I've started this, but I'm trying to reel it back. Actually, I don't want to do this anymore. So I get this energy of you guys trying to make things a little smaller, a little more contained, trying to rein it in a bit. But not because, I think because of the environment. I think there are factors that you're not really feeling, and there probably is other people around you that you're thinking, if I can make this quieter, I can kind of make a kind of quiet exit off stage. You've got the King of Cups is what you want right now. Leo, I think you are wanting more on an emotional level. Again, I think you might have been having like some fun, just like going with the flow, seeing new things, checking stuff out. Maybe you went to a museum, okay, you saw that art, you went to that concert, had that conversation, dated that person, you know, you've been going with the flow of things. But I think you're kind of like, I want something more, you know, but you don't want something that's like emotionally explosive. That's not what the King of Cups represent. I don't see you wanting like some big dramatic love, or I think you're just like, I want something that has me feeling a little fuller, you know, like I'm getting a little more out of this, that has me feeling a little bit more content, but at a level that isn't overwhelming, you know, like emotional contentment that is in a controlled way so that you can still get on with other things. I see the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here as well. I think, you know, this King of Cups is actually looking towards this Wheel of Fortune in the way that it's laid out for me. And again, I see this as like this thing, this desiring of change. I think all the signs have had this halt. You know, we've all just come out of Mercury retrograde anyway. There's just been this pausing energy. And, you know, Mars is in Virgo right now, which I said for me represents an energy of endurance. It isn't very fast paced, and it's not a fast active energy in Virgo. It's, you know, reins in and tempered a bit. I think everyone's feeling this kind of, I want things to turn and change. And I think you are looking for a change in fortune, a change in seasons, a change in your experiences that are just going to give you something a bit more right now. In terms of what's your obstacles, what's been in your way, 5 of Swords, I think you've been arguing with people, and it could literally be an air sign, a Gemini, an Aquarius, or Libra. With blank there. Doesn't have to be an air sign. I think you could just have been, in a kind of verbal conflict with people, like literal arguments, and I see you feeling a little smug though. I feel like you're looking back at these people, you're like, yeah, I was right, like I was right to take the position I did. That very, I see like Leo is the archetype and the sign of the ego. Well, I feel like you get a bad rap for that. I think that because as soon as we hear the word ego, we think egotistical. And I don't really mean it that way in your sign, but I feel like you do have that. I said this about Aries. That Aries has a very strong kind of sense of self and can have high self-esteem and high value as they come into the world, like without external influences and however the environment shapes that. But I think they come with that clear kind of sense of self, and you guys have that quite concretized as well. You kind of know who you are and what you're about, and obviously there will be a journey of self-development and learning further depth into what that is. But I think you know it more than other signs might. And so in that sense, I think with your sure sense of self can have you in a kind of mental way, like, I know more than you, I know more than you, I know what I want, I know what this situation means, and you ain't right here. And, I see you looking back at these people like, I told you, do you know what I mean? I'm not like, you do you, I'm not coming off this and feeling really good about yourself. But you've also got the Strength card in reverse. And like I said, this is your card. This speaks to an individual kind of taming the lion, but also having the lion at their disposal. So the energies, the traits of the lion is therefore this woman's, it's non-gendered, but this person's use. In reverse, I feel like the obstacle for you right now is that you're not holding your vices in, that you're not, like, you're doing too much. That's how I kind of see this. Like, you're arguing, you're having your own way, you're kind of just like, you're just out here doing too much. Okay, that's how I feel that this energy comes forward. And I think actually, I was talking in the beginning of your reading about the stage for Leo and who's around you and checking in with those people so that they're there when you need them. And not in a kind of manipulative way, but just understanding the reciprocity of relationships. The next card you have as your obstacle space is the Hanged Man. And I feel with this card, it sees you kind of being left alone in a way that you don't feel very comfortable with and being forced into this position. This is an uncomfortable kind of scenario. It's a major arcana as well. So I thought even like karmically, God / universe, whoever you believe in, has put you here so that you are made to see right now from other people's perspective. You're also looking for who else can be in your life because you kind of lost some relationships maybe, or are looking to lose some relationships, or some relationships are a bit tentative right now. You don't know if you guys are going to be talking again, or so I feel like you're being put in a place of contemplation at the moment, which isn't particularly comfortable for you. For your sign, I did some extra cards that look at what's coming up for you from like tomorrow, new moon, into the next couple of weeks, like kind of immediate to near future energy. 5 of Cups. I see you guys feeling some regrets about your behavior. I feel like this Hanged Man, where you've been asked to kind of look at the situation again and review your behavior and look at things from the other person's perspective. I see you feeling, which one? I see you feeling like this. I see you going, could have handled that differently. There might have, been something of value still in that situation. Okay. I don't really think you're going to run out and go like, yeah, I was wrong, blah, 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 blah. I just see you kind of inwardly going, could have done differently there. And then you've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is a very slow energy. So I see this as you, Leo, trying to make some decisions about what you do next. You're like, okay, because again, this is another lead on from this energy here. So you're now making decisions. You're saying to yourself, what comes next for me? Where do I move to? What do I want next? And, particularly the things that are on the level of your everyday life and the things that you really want, value, you're trying to make some decisions. And because for some of you, this argument and this ending and this thing that you're pulling back is something that's actually quite important to you and that's been creating a lot of emotional security. So it could literally be like some of you in a long-term relationship have had arguments with your like Cody heart partner, and now this picture, which is usually would be like this upright, is upside down, and you're like, you could be thinking, how do I get back, as in how do I rectify this, or you're thinking, how do I leave this and go in pursuit of something else, that kind of gives me this picture, because this can't. It might not be a relationship, but I see it. You know, I see you guys now thinking about, it follows on from this King of Cups energy. I see you guys starting to think a bit more about your emotional life, you know, not so much the fun times. And, you know, we're moving into cuffing season. We're moving into autumn/winter, when people tend to start thinking they want someone to snuggle. They want, you know, a little more than the turn up. They want, you know, some companionship, some substance stuff. So that could be going on with you, Leo. Your advice. King of Wands. This is definitely your energy. I feel like this is you needing to be back in your power and your strength. Just like I said, like with this whole like Leo's ego, again, I don't see it as being egotistical. I think it's having a strong sense of self. And so I feel like Spirit isn't saying, you're not being chastised, Leo. It's not like, oh, you did bad, you did wrong, now change your ways and go away with your tail between your leg kind of energy. It's like, no, see where you went wrong here, and then rectify it from a space of self-confidence and self-value, okay? So have a strong enough sense of self to know you can be wrong, and that's fine, okay? So I see your advice here as you being this very passionate, very creative. I feel, like I said in my other videos, I've been telling so many of the signs that it's like time to have sex. It's time to have very connected sex. It's time to, I don't know, man, to merge those boundaries, to find yourself in sex, you know, to find your connection and your mirror of the other in sex. Like there's just so much power and healing in sex right now. And you guys, as represented here by this King of Wands, definitely know how to get those passions roaring. So I feel like you need to be, you know, there might be some other signs out here that need that Leo loving. You know, it could just be your partner, but if you're a single Leo, you know what I can't believe I'm saying this. You know what I was saying about using what you have as service for others? Maybe you just need to give some of that passion and, you know, just love up on someone else for a while and be responsible. Be this person that's like, I'm going to take care of someone else's kind of needs and I got enough to give. Like maybe you need to be doing that. If you're single, I ain't encouraging anybody to kind of stray out in their relationships. If you're in a relationship, maybe that means you giving a little bit more passion, a little bit more attention to your spouse. Again, this could be your children. Maybe you're going to be engaging with your children with more creativity, okay? Maybe you're going to make more time for them. You're going to stimulate their minds. You're going to introduce them to new things. There are so many ways to do this, Leo. Seven of Wands in reverse. This is usually for me comes up as like a card of communication, travel, swift movement, fast energy. I feel like right now, in reverse, I feel like this is an inward energy. I feel like you need to, let me pull a clarifier. Let's just get a little clearer on that. Just check in, see what my intuition's saying. So what's your message for this Eight of Wands in reverse for Leo? What does Leo need to know about the Eight of Wands in reverse? Enjoying. Okay. Oh, two cards came out. Yeah. I felt this was an inward energy, and that's been confirmed for me. I feel like you guys need to reserve yourselves, like as in stock up a bit. Like don't, it's funny because I just gave you the advice to kind of go outward and give, but I feel like there needs to be a balance for you right now of like not feeling too much out in the cold. Virgo is like this standards, we're in the season of the harvest as well. So this king has to be, sorry, there's so much light. This king needs to be responsible for what they have, okay? So it's like, it's looking out and knowing like, how much do I need to spend? How much do I need to save? How much do I need to keep? So as you're giving out this energy and being in your confident space, make sure that you're keeping something for yourself right now, Leo. Make sure that you are investing in yourself, the ideas that you're having, particularly creative ideas I'm feeling. Don't spill them right now. Ruminate on them. Let them grow. You know, let them take root, sprout. Just keep things keep the fires and the passions burning at the moment. And know also that if you are, and this won't apply to all of you, but if you are the sort of person that is in more of the receiving mode than giving, that then creating that balance of giving more, this is the very Six of Pentacles kind of energy, is going to create more flow, more prosperity. And I don't mean that in prosperity gospel kind of way, but I just mean more opportunity for abundance in your life. And the other card that came up under this Eight of Wands in reverse was the World. So I feel like, I feel like Leo, even in terms of communication, I feel like there is just some kind of inward stuff that you need to do right now so that you can make a decision in terms of what you're communicating, not just at a verbal level to people, but what you're communicating out into the universe in terms of what you want. Whether you're going to be in this kind of energy of scarcity and like, woe is me, they left, do you know what I mean? Nobody's as good as I am, and I knew, and that kind of thing. Whether you're going to open yourself up, do you know what I mean? Like, and be in a more vulnerable space and think a little bit more about what you have to give and what the world has to offer you, and like the completion of your lessons. Like, this is about you coming to the end of something. So having done this Hanged Man energy so that you understand something, like you learn a lesson in its fullness and you're able to level up. So this Eight of Wands just requires you to just be inward a little bit right now. You know, it doesn't mean close down the whole party and stop altogether, but be inward. Think about being in your best self, your purest energy, the truest sense of yourself. Be true to yourself right now. And then you've got the Moon card as your other advice card, which to me supports this inward message. The Moon in reverse. The Moon is already an inward card. The Moon can be about secrets, hidden things, the unseen, feminine principle, I always call it, the darkness, the womb space, the space of potential, intuition. It's all those things. And it's in reverse, so I feel like it's even deeply so that there are things that you need to get to the root of inwardly right now, Leo. And perhaps that's why you've had this energy, this fighting energy with people. Perhaps that's why you're feeling these endings, because actually you need this stage right now. You need to do, look at this, there's so much solo energy in your cards, like just single people. You need to do this all by yourself stuff. Get into grips with what your emotion and your intuition has to tell you, connecting with your more feminine side, and that applies to any gender, you know, softening a bit, listening a bit, being in the receptive mode. And as your outcome, you have the Hierophant in reverse. I see this, Leo, as you kind of breaking out of existing structures, existing ideologies. It might even be kind of this thing that you've been arguing with people about, you know, like these strong ideas, these strong beliefs, this sense of, you know, I know best and I know, and this my way, and just whatever is really fixed. You know, this for me represents kind of religion, philosophy, order, like structure, like things that last a long time and really create tradition and really affect people. So you're breaking out of tradition right now. And the Moon, your intuition, Leo, is what's going to give you that. The Moon, your connection to yourself, your belief in yourself. I need to do my nails. We'll do for my birthday tomorrow. But your connection to yourself is the thing that is going to give you this breakout and this breakthrough. So loves, that's your reading for September looking forward. I hope it resonates with you. I feel good about it. I feel like actually for some of the other sides you've had very complex messages, but I think what's going on with you guys here feels quite simple to me. It's kind of like, okay, I don't mean to downplay it. I'm sure that for some of you it's quite painful and challenging, but I mean just in terms of how I'm able to pick up the message and just to see the flow of ideas was fairly simple and straightforward. I'm sending you love, Leo. I will be back in October. I have some new ideas for something I might play about with for your reading, and you may be towards the beginning of the signs that I do. Sending you guys love. If you want a personal reading, again, it's leonanicole@gmail.com. And I hope tomorrow you'll be thinking of me and sending me loads of positive energy. I want to feel loved up from all of you who've watched this video. Mwah.